Welcome to Waxercast, and this week's podcast I am going to be discussing letting go and the fear of being afraid to release your music. Something I often go on about, and it's something that struck a chord with me again the other day. Why do we not execute? Why do you not execute? Why do you not release your tracks? What are you afraid of? What is it that's making you not press that upload button on SoundCloud or on Bandcamp or whatever starting blocks you're able to, or even Spotify if you've got access to releasing your music on there? What is it that you're afraid of doing? Often it is because you think you're not ready. Now, that mentality alone will prevent you from releasing anything. Now, we all know when we're not ready. We all know when we're not good enough. When we start out doing this, we know that it's going to take several months to get the hang of things, and then it's going to take a year or two to get the hang of mixing and arrangements and stuff. But we know when we're not ready. We know when we're not good enough, when we're beginning. But the whole idea of being ready is a complete myth, and it's something that needs to be overthrown within music production. Once you've been doing this a while, you know when you're ready. You know when you're ready. You just know. You know that your stuff's good enough. You play your tracks to friends. You play them in the car. You put them on your earpods, whatever. You know. You just know. But what it is the fear of the unknown, the fear of people you don't know and people you do know having an opinion on it. Now, if we live by that mentality, then you're never ever going to be ready, because part of releasing music is having other people's opinions thrown at you, having criticisms thrown at it, whether good or bad, constructive or just outright nasty. You're never going to get over those things. You're never going to beat those things, and those things will always be there. That's just the internet, basically, in general. You're always going to have somebody throwing something at you, and maybe not always. A lot of the comments I get are really positive and uplifting on my YouTube videos, and the comments that are just outright digs, I just brush them off. It's like, yeah, go away, mate, get back under your rock. And it's the back to the feeling of not feeling ready. You're never going to be ready. What are you wanting to be ready for? Something you probably ask yourself. If you're sat there right now and you have got a selection of tracks that you've done, you just feel ill-equipped, or you're just scared or whatever to release them, put them out. If you have a selection of tracks ready, then what are you trying to be ready for? Do you want to be the next David Guetta? Do you want to be the next Sasha? Do you want to be the next Carl Cox? Are you trying to be ready to be the next Swedish House Mafia? Whatever it is, I'm just running off names there. But what are you trying to be ready for? What you should be ready for is yourself, to be able to put your music out, put a track out on SoundCloud, share it with your friends on social, etc., and then hope to see what the general public like of it as well. And you should be ready to get the feedback from that, and then you should be ready for the appraisals of that, and you should be ready to go to release it, and then once it's been released and it's been heard a few times, look back on it and go, oh, I can now know that I need to change that hi-hat, or I need to change that part of the vocal. They're the only ways that you're gonna know when it's ready. Because once you've released it and it's gone and it's out there, and it's the only time that you actually will reflect and go, oh, now I know I can change this, or now I can change that. If you leave them on your hard drive and you just play them to yourself all the time, you're your own worst critic, so you're never going to release them. But once it's out there and you're good to go. So stop having this fear of releasing something. Just let it go. Just put it out and let it go and see what happens. And who knows, somebody might come along and go, oh, that's a great track. Can I have a copy of that for my DJ set? Can I put that out on my label? I've just heard this song of yours. So-and-so shared the link. If you're not going to put it out there, make it available to people to share and to enjoy, then you're never going to be ready. You're still going to be stuck in your studio, in your home, not doing anything about it. And, the reason why I thought about this recently was because a friend of mine passed away the other week. He was the same age as me. And, it got me thinking about life in general anyway. And it was just like, yeah, just release those tracks, just release things. Because I do have stuff tucked away that I don't release sometimes, because it's another project. It's a different one from what I'm doing right now. So, for example, it's a trance project and I'm not ready to release that. And it's got me thinking, right, I'm going to get my trance stuff back out and put it out again under a different name as Rob Jan Webb, of course. But nevertheless, it's something I keep putting on the back burner, not through fear, but just through time. So I've been thinking last week or so, like, right, I'm going to put them tracks out now and get them out there, and they're out, and leave your mark on the world, as so to speak. Because what's the point of having music sat on your hard drive if you're not going to release it? If it's definitely not good enough and it's just something that you're just not feeling, then by all means, let it go. Again, another way of letting go. Let it go and stop sitting on it. Delete it even. But if you've got tracks that you really want to put out and you know you're going to finish them, you know they're good, or they're 3/4 finished, get them ready, get them out, do it. And don't worry too much about, the mix down, or, you can spend hours and hours putting mixes together. And then what happens is you'll get ear fatigue anyway, and then it will not come out because you'll get ear washed from it. So again, do a best mix as you can, put it out. Just go for it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in this day and age. What is the worst that can happen? Someone could sign it, a DJ could play it, a radio could play it. Who knows? So it's all about letting go of that fear, letting go of that, that I've got to be ready mindset, and putting it out there and letting it go out into the world as well, and getting over the obstacle of that. And once you've done it once and you get a bit of feedback, you might get the taste for it and go, do you know what? I'm all right now. I can do this. And you've broke that barrier against yourself. So that's what this episode is about. It's a shorter episode, but nevertheless, I just wanted to put it out there. Get your stuff out. Keep releasing. You're never going to be ready if you tell yourself it's not ready. You're never ready. No musician is ever ready. Let's be honest. I've got 1,000 things I could still learn about being a musician and a producer. Hundreds and hundreds of things. Even the guy that producers for the big rock bands still has stuff to learn. We're never ready. It's all about, music is all about an ongoing process and a journey. And you get to one stumble block and then another stumble block and then over and over. And you get over them and then you keep going and you keep going. It's like any sort of creative endeavor. You have to just keep pushing forward, not staying in the same loop, making tracks and moving on to another, making tracks, moving on to another. You have to keep going. I've released, at least 6 or 7 tracks this year so far. And in 2 different projects, and just get them out there and get it gone. And then just see what happens, There's not much you can't do other than that. So today's episode about letting go and letting it go and putting it out there. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope there's some tips you've taken from that. Give me a shout if you need anything at all regarding music here at Wax a Disc, and I'll speak to you in the next episode. Take care and goodbye.